and welcome back to Killing a Mocking Mind. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Fantonda, and it's really awesome to spend some time with you on this particular session. Now, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at how you can honor your gift and how important it is for you and I to realize that we all have gifts, and what is it and how do we honor those gifts. And the sad side is that we need to understand that for every single gift that we have, sadly, we need to understand there's a dark side. So we're going to look at how can we manage the dark side and how we understand that every person. So the insights from this particular session are for us to realize that every single person has a dark side. Whether you like it or not, we all have a dark side. Some of us know instantly what our dark side is, and sadly, most of us know exactly what our friends, families' dark sides are. And even the geniuses have dark sides as well. And so if we, for example, understand a dark side, all right, let me give you an example of a dark side. Somebody could be excellent in executing something, whereas their dark side could be they could lack patience. So let's have a look quickly and quite simply at the DISC profiling, the DISC. Many of you had heard it. It's a personality profiling test. A lot of companies use it in order to identify how and where they should place you in the workplace. Now, it's not something I would suggest we use all on its own, because for me, we're a holistic individuals and we comprise a lot more of just one entity. So when you look at, for example, the DISC, your D and I are your extrovert type personalities, whereas your C and your S are more of the introvert, the more quieter personality profiling. And then the C and the D are the ones that focus more on tasks, whereas your S and your I concentrate more on relationships. So other words you might have heard, for example, the D is choleric, the I would be a sanguine, the S, phlegmatic, and then the C is our critical thinker, and that's our melancholies. All right, so that's also what other words that can be utilized for them. But let's have a quick look at a little bit of a dark side for each and every single one of them. So the D, for example, is classified as a driver. And one of their strengths, their gifts that they actually have is that they can get things done. Like there's no problem. Put something in front of them, they get things done. Whereas your D driver has their dark side is they can be inflexible and also unyielding. Now, for those of you who know some people that have this D profiling, then you would actually realize that once they get that idea and they're going to go and get things done, man, they're unyielding in how they go about doing it. So that could be a dark side. But the opportunity here is, now that we know the dark side, we can learn to manage it. And how do we grow in that area? So let's now have a look at the I, your sanguine personality. They are extremely optimistic. All right, so that's their gift. They're optimistic. They're out there. They always see the light. But one of the things that I need to understand with an I, their dark side, is they have a tendency to lack follow through. That's my personality profile. And oh my goodness, follow through is my weakness, my nemesis that comes around and decides it's going to tell me what to do. And I do battle with that. So I have checks and balances everywhere. I have got on my phone, oh my goodness, so many reminders. It's ridiculous on what to do because I lack follow through. And if I don't feel like doing it, I don't do it. So I also have procrastination as well. But let's now have a look at your S profile. Your S is your supporter, also known as your phlegmatic, extremely reliable people. And that's their gift. You can always rely on them. But sadly, they also have a little bit of a dark side. And that could be the dark side or the downside or a weakness, but I don't like to use weakness as dark side. Sounds a little bit more ominous. All right, is they can lack initiative. In other words, as reliable as they are, when we give them a project to do, and if they've got to go and work on it on their own, they could have a possibility that they will lack the initiative to start. So knowing that and understanding their relationship people, you would put them in with a group of people so that they could work together and get the best out of their results. Then we have our C, which is also our melancholy. Now they are very orderly, sort of like perfectionistically so. All right. And so that's their gift, because we need people to keep our checks and balances in place and to know what's the right way for a system and those kind of things. Really need them. But their dark side comes out and we see it as fault finding. So this is a very sad thing. Fault finding is something that's like really the dark side. And sadly, even if somebody does something really well according to their standards, when I say their standards, not the melancholy standards, because the melancholy standard is up here. Whereas an I, for example, your sanguine standard, 80% is like, whoa, we're rocking this. And then the melancholy would come in and just fault find. And that's something that's really, really sad. And we need to learn that each one of us have got our strengths. We also have got our dark side, that downside that hits in. But once we know what they are and what our dark sides are, we have the opportunity to know how and when we can actually utilize that as a strength and also perhaps manage it and learn to grow better in that way. So remember, even a genius also has a dark side. So it's not just us everyday little humans. So guys, thank you for listening to the session, and please, I'd love you to share it with your family and friends. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would like to suggest that you do. And also go find us on Facebook and like our Facebook page. You'll find all these posts will be both on the YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page. Look forward to sharing on little insights. And every week we have an hour session, but you have to belong to that community if you really want to be part of that community. And once a week, you can personally hop onto a Zoom and ask me questions on how we can overcome and how we can go through those things. And each week we do a teaching. So we're on for about an hour. And if you want to stay on a little bit longer, I don't mind either. So look forward to those sessions. But those sessions are paid sessions because you've got to pay sometimes to get the deeper insights. But these ones are for you. They're free. Please share them with your family and friends. And I look forward to next week and we share some more. So every week there's going to be something from how to kill our mocking mind and how we can overcome and grow from there. So take care. Dr. Michelle signing off. Cheers.